Mm, mm. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Hitting one of these morning opinion sessions. Mm. Um, One of my smoothies that I make. A lot of fruit. It's protein powder. I think bananas, blueberries, strawberries. Um, I guess organic protein powder. Mm. See what else? Um, this a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of elderberry, the liquid. Trying to stay up during this pandemic. Mm. I know a lot of people have taken this no mask mandate very seriously, and they're all about. Not me. I'm still inside. Well, I do go out to hit the Kroger, the Walmart, for like food and groceries and stuff like that. But I don't go to events. And I will not be going to any events until maybe next year. Who knows? I might get caught slipping and around maybe, because when it gets summer here in Dallas Fort Worth, it gets summer. And I may be tempted to hit up one of those wonderful day parties somewhere in Dallas. But I don't know. I'm just saying that because I know how I am. I could say, well, damn, I want to go, but then the sun is shining, and you can almost feel the energy here in this Fort Worth in Dallas. You can feel the electricity of things to do, and I know that's not going to keep a lot of people indoors. I'm telling you, it's going down this summer, this late spring, middle spring, summer, April, May, because they already got the parties popping off right now. So. They already got parties. They've been having stuff going on since December of last year in this Metroplex, and people are not staying at home. Good morning, my friend Dwayne. What's up, brother? And so, look, and so I, I know I see a lot of folks pushing the vaccines and all that. You do you. Dwayne says Corona ain't gonna be out this summer, man. Yeah, I hear you, and I'm with you. I'm not gonna be out this summer either. So if I do anything, again, I go to Walmart, Kroger, hit the gym, or just continue to do my gym stuff inside my apartment. Not fooling with y'all. And I know this is big gambling weekend. Look, no offense, Grand Fam, I love you, but people who may know me, don't call me. I'm not coming out. You can say what's up, and boom. You haven't seen me strolling by somewhere because I'm trying to get somewhere, not to be around a crowd of people. I'm not playing these games with people. I'm not meeting up for drinks and all that shit because I haven't been doing that since the pandemic. I've snuck and had a cocktail here and there when I think nobody's looking. Well, I don't do crowds. I don't do gatherings. I'm just here to tell y'all that I'm one of those persons. I'm not playing this game with anybody. But I hope to see everybody next year somewhere in the gathering. But we're not going to, I'm not. So the big game is in Dallas. No, the Grambling preview. I hope Grambling wins to make up for the loss against Jackson State. Shout out to Prime Time. Damn. But we're not doing that. So anyway, this is Rico the Opinionist. I have opinions. This is my Facebook page. My YouTube channel is Rico the Opinionist. If you go on there, because this will be uploaded to that page as well. I'm on Instagram, but if you go to my opinion page, my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Please share this live. If you're curious about it, share it, and let's get it popping. Let's see. So y'all like my new haircut? Yeah, try to do a little something every once in a while. I think I'm gonna keep it low for the rest of the year. It seems to be easier to manage, and you know, and when you sweat, you don't have to worry about all this stuff. You just cut it. I found a barber who was halfway civilized, and so and wasn't trying to bust people in the head. Did y'all know these barbers out here are charging people $40? I'm sorry, I'll be around here looking like Lamont Sanford before I get one of these mugs. Now, one guy got me. He beat me. And that was last year. That's why my hair just grew out like that. I was like, I have to find somebody else. I don't give a damn about how you say, well, the pandemic. I don't care about that. Because the pandemic not only hit you, it hit me too. So I'm going to pay $40. Here, the line looked the same. The fade looked the same. So the quality of the haircut didn't go up. So why the fuck are the prices going up? Oh, damn, I cussed early this morning. I'm sorry, y'all. But the brother I ran across, $25. I guess that's about right. But anyway, and also really quickly before I get into my topics, Master P has put out there that he'd like to own an HBCU, and someone put it in our HBCU alumni page, and I say, hey, I think it's a good idea. And matter of fact, I've always had this idea of black people owning the HBCUs. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, how come a rap mogul who attended a white school, he went to UNLV or something like that, and when he played basketball and stuff, how come he has the good sense of thinking about owning an HBCU? They're going for cheap. Because, hell, black people aren't sending them to the school, so they're going for cheap because black people don't know how to value HBCUs. Let me know when I start lying. Some people are like, well, how do you own HBCU? Own what? I mean, the comments varied. And I'm like, when I was a student at Grambling State University in the early 90s, I was saying Grambling State needs to be black owned and black controlled. I've always said it about my dear old Grambling. Always. I don't understand how Master P came up with this concept. But we've had thousands upon thousands of black folks to graduate from 200 or 300 HBCUs over the past 100 years, and none of them ever thought about owning the damn university that was specifically created to educate black folks. But then here's Master P coming around, and he's saying, look, I want to own a historically black college because I want our people to be properly educated. But we've had all these black folks who've gone on to become, some are celebrities, some are CEOs and business owners and have access to all kinds of capital. Even some from their own personal bank accounts have never suggested, hey, let's all get together and buy our school. Be it Jackson State, be it Mississippi Valley, be it Tougaloo College, be it Knoxville College, well, Lamont on in Memphis, Tennessee. We don't ever think about owning our own stuff. See, there's something inherently wrong with the American Negro, in my opinion. Slavery and those and Jim Crow did a real serious psychological damage, or psychological number on the psyche of the Americanized African in this country. And so I say shout out to Master P. Because here, we don't want them. We have 105 and they're decreasing. So, look, if I could put a package together, convince some folks, I'd like to buy my own Grambling State University. If Grambling, I can't get Grambling, well, hell, we have Knoxville College that can use every dime, nickel, quarter, and dollar. You're talking about a fledgling small college. Paul Quinn in Dallas. There's some small ones. Claflin University. There's some small ones. Tougaloo College. There's some small ones that you got 40 million black people. I won't even say the whole 40 million. But it's at least, can you get 10 million blacks to be on one accord? 10 million blacks putting $10 a piece can buy up a whole lot of shit. Can literally buy up the block. But see, there's something up here, and I keep suggesting these books that'll help to unlock this sickness in black folks. I keep referencing the Willie Lynch letter. I keep referencing Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Power, Black Power, White Power, Black, what the damn, I'm sorry. White Power, Black Labor. Don't make me run and get the damn books. But Dr. Claude Anderson, Power Economics and Black Labor, Black Power, White Labor. David Walker, good morning. Good morning, Eric, Marcel, Hamilton, B. Mario McDuffie, good morning. You know, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. John Henry Clark. I keep talking about our scholars. There's so many of them that we can read that tell us, hey, buy your own schools and educate your own people. Because I'm here to tell you, I don't think that HBCUs have. I don't think HBCUs have a lot of black consciousness on these campuses. I think they're a bunch of Oreo campuses these days. I think black consciousness left black colleges when I graduated, when my class graduated, the last class to graduate in 1996. They probably struggled along to 2000, but then there's no black consciousness. So that's probably why people don't think that they can own their own university and teach what they taught our ancestors. You know, those great scholars that we talk about and love to mention, well, they came from HBCUs, most of them. So anyway, David said, we got to sit down, brother. David, I hear you, brother. So anyway, for sure, one of these days, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, next year I'll sit down with whoever. But this year I ain't sitting down with nobody because I'm pandemicking and trying to stay safe. And the next thing, really quickly, before I get to the actual topics and why I'm going live this morning, two things have occurred. Y'all heard about Jay-Z selling Tidal and got $270-some million, and people are like, yeah, that was a boss move, power move. And Swiss Beats and Timbaland have sold Versus to another company. And talking about black ownership. And this young brother who is the star of, I guess, Power, Ghost, Book 2, whatever that new one, Tyrell, whatever his name is, Tyreek, that young guy in real life, he referred to all three of those guys as sellouts. And I think he's catching backlash. Now, here's a young guy that said this. Everyone else just stood around scratching their heads or scratching their asses. Wouldn't dare say this out loud. He said, I read an article this morning where he referred to them as sellouts. He said, yeah, I understand they making money and all this, but damn. And he said in the article, the young guy, damn, we can't own shit. We can't own anything. I remember years ago in Memphis, when I used to call talk radio a lot and talk about black folks and our issues and black ownership. And we had this old, what's his name, Jason Black, or the Black Authority refers to these old niggas, you know, of the Civil Rights Movement. He would call in a lot because he was over the Black Business Administration there in Memphis. And he said, well, you know, Brother Rico, you need to understand that that's the big business move, power move. I said, but that's not the point. Aren't we always talking about ownership? How you going to own anything if you sold it? Okay. Dave Walker says, I want to open a black college. Have done the research to do it. We'll talk. I'm in Memphis, J State alumni. Right on. And so, that's a large undertaking, brother. Talking about opening up a whole college when I'd rather just get the folks who got the cash and just put it together and just purchase the ones that it can be bought. But I understand, start small and build up. Got it, because HBCU started off as, hell, like farms. They were most agricultural little schools and came up. North Carolina, A&T, FAMU, Grambling, Negro, Agricultural, Normal School. So, I get it. And so, you know, y'all remember Bob Johnson sold BET, and BET has been trash ever since? See, we talk about ownership in one sense, then they sell these entities off, and there goes the ownership argument. That's all the young brother was saying, and that's all I was saying to the guy years ago in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. You know, they get on there and talk, well, you know, there was a power move, so you get your business, you sell it. Well, if he sold it, he doesn't own it anymore. So I'm like, okay, we don't know what we want to do. We don't understand that, At least we could have merged with some other black entities and made it bigger, but you sold it to the other people. You created something great. And so what the young brother said, his name is Tyreek, he said, shit, I thought it was about ownership. Really, it's just about the money. And then it goes into selfishness. Because when Bob Johnson sold BET, it became trash. But anyway, I guess we all look forward to creating something so we can, I guess, sell later. Strawberry pits. See, when you put that in your smoothies, that's what you go with. Either strawberry pits or blueberry pits. So anyway, let me get to my topics. Thank you for those of you who are joining me. All right, really quickly, I'm not going to be all morning, I swear. Yeah, I know I can get long-winded, but it's so much I'd like to share with y'all. The first one is Stacey Dash. And you can go on my Facebook page. I wrote a long article about Stacey Dash. And, if you've been checking out social media recently, she's been apologizing for her past political views. And for being a Trump supporter and being a conservative. And she's saying some unpleasant things about black people while she's working at Fox News. Let me start off by saying this. I didn't have a problem with her being a conservative, working at Fox News, or being a Trump supporter. Because all of us, all of us, especially black folks who are not accepting her apology, we all have a political leaning. We all work for white folks, Fox News or whatever. We all work, and the white men that you work for probably are subscribers to Fox News and probably Trump supporters. What else? Conservative, you got black conservatives, you got black liberals, you got everything. So, I'm not upset with her about that. Now, when these black conservatives start saying a bunch of weird shit, and by the way, anti-black sentiment or insensitivity about the black experience is not just, how can I say, it's not just part of the black conservative experience. Black and white liberals say a bunch of silly shit about black folks too. And it's the truth. So it's very interesting how black folks only cancel those blacks when they find out about their political leanings. Now, if she were a Democrat, if she voted for Obama and she loved Biden, they'd be kissing Stacey Dash's ass. So I know black people's dislike for other black people is a lot of times disingenuous. It's kind of trendy. Because one thing about it, Stacey Dash hadn't done anything that really harmed black people. Yeah, she's running her mouth, and they fired her ass when they were, I guess, done with. Just like they do on MSNBC, CNN, when Negroes get through pushing that white liberal agenda, they fired them too. So I don't understand how they're going to say to Stacey Dash, we don't accept your apology, which is their right. But we're still so hypnotized and controlled under this, well, she voted for Trump, or she supported Trump. But look at what Biden has done for 45 years to black folks. And they seem to turn a deaf ear and a blind eye to that. He's even ignored all these so-called black issues and pushed nothing but LGBT, which he said it, and black folks still vote for him. So he told you one black. You still voted for him. I don't want my kids to attend a racial jungle. Still voted for him. He said, black poor kids are just as smart as white kids. Hispanics, unlike blacks, are more diverse. He said a whole lot of silly shit. There's racist. But still, under this hypnosis, we got to get Trump out. Fine. So I ain't upset with Stacey Dash. And Stacey Dash, I'll use my black card to bring you back in. I'll use my card, which is platinum plated. You can come to any cookout out there, Stacey Dash. All I need you to do is gain 20 pounds. Because Stacey Dash was fine as shit in the 90s. And she started dating those white dudes. She became like a celery stick with legs. Just a bony ass, pale white woman. Like she looks like she's getting her color back in her skin and puffing up and gained about 20 pounds. Boom. Y'all remember that Stacey Dash from the 90s? Come on back, Stacey. Yeah, that's all you got to do. For me, just gained about 20 pounds. Whether her apology is sincere or not, it is what it is. People switch back and forth all the time. And I just marvel at the simplicity of how masses of black, nah, you going on over there. No, we don't want you. But it's interesting though. Cardi B calls black folks N-words every day. Cardi B has bragged about drugging and robbing men, particularly black men, and I have yet to hear anybody black, I'm sorry, not anybody, but the masses of black people condemn her, cancel her, say she's not invited to the cookout. So I can't take the masses of us seriously, especially the blacks who refer to themselves as Democrats. I can't. And I'm not picking parties. I'm an independent, but I'm looking at it. There's something wrong with the liberal blacks. There's something wrong with them. They have such a, wishy-washy way of doing things, how they view things. So Stacey Dash, who went on her conservative rant just to have a job and be relevant and say whatever people say on Fox News. But Cardi B is doing the most damage to black folks. Cardi B is doing way more damage than Stacey Dash could have ever done to black people. She just nobody even heard her. But Cardi B is literally a Pied Piper, taking the average young black girl out. And some of these old bras, take them out. With her music, her image, her words, her behavior. Because TV is a powerful medium. Music is a powerful medium. And people are influenced by that. But y'all want to cancel Stacey Dash? Because that little blah, blah, blah? She's not doing this. Look, if you put the two together, who's done the most harm to black folks and black children? Certainly not Stacey Dash. So this y'all can keep everybody being a smart ass. And you don't have to. I don't agree with her rhetoric. But I'm not in the canceling business. I cancel people who actually do harm to black folks. But those are the people that the mass of black people don't want to cancel. I want to cancel Biden. You know why? Because he has a proven record of doing harm to black people. He has a proven record. Thousands of black men locked up. Families torn apart for minor drug offenses while the white counterparts got probation or a significantly less prison time. See, I think logically. But no. They want to keep Dementia Joe. So yeah, it's funny to hear black people talk about who they cancel. They always cancel the wrong people. They won't cancel none of these Negro rappers. And all they do is talk about killing other blacks and destroying the black neighborhood. They don't cancel none of these drug dealers. They don't cancel none of these gang members. But you want to cancel Stacey Dash? She hadn't meant anything to anybody. And it's not me defending her. I just like to defend logic. And by the way, you have the right to cancel whoever you want to, just like I have the right to speak on it on my damn platform. It's amazing. But anywho, you'll be all right, Stacey Dash. I'm telling you, gain on 20 pounds, get that body back. Brothers will be right up on you. You got all skinny and shit, all scaly and pale. Blah. But anyway, my next topic is... All right, I'm gonna save that one for last. Let me go to the second one. Have y'all heard about this? It's going around even as we speak. These two white law professors at Georgetown were having a conversation on Zoom, and the white woman was saying, "Oh my God, every year, Anthony Elwood, what's up? I'm sorry, Elwood, what's up, man? Elwood, straight off of D-Boy, North Memphis, what's up? Back in the day, rather. I don't know where you live now, bro. But they were having a discussion about the performance of black students at Georgetown's law school. at Georgetown Law School, right? And she's like, oh, every year I become anxious because, the black students, they always perform so low. And it's not all of them, but you have the ones who perform low are the black ones. They always perform lower than the other ones. And I listened to that white woman when she said, and of course, if you haven't kept up with the latest reports, she's been fired, and the white guy who was talking to her, he was just kind of listening to her. He's been put on administrative leave pending an investigation with what's called affirmative action, diversity, whatever that department is that's supposed to oversee equality in the school. Here's my thing. Y'all know where I'm going. Why you keep finding white folks who telling the truth? I like hearing those old white people talk, because they're going to tell the truth. They're going to express their prejudice and their bias and their little racism. Because they have an idea what they think how black kids are supposed to perform. And also, I guess to make the image look good, they can fire the white woman. And then she's been there 20 years. Get them out, move on, but still, we need to listen when old white people are talking. Because we won't read anything that our scholars wrote. We won't read anything about Dr. Clark, Black Labor, White Wealth. There it is. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, Dr. John Henry Clark, Brother Neely Fuller. We won't read any of the works that the scholars have written for us about racism, white supremacy. We will not read it. I don't know what happened. So white people got to tell you, look, we still here with the shit. And this is how we feel. And she's not alone. So a lot of white people think that way. And I don't ever blame white people for being white. I don't even bully them for being white. Because I have enough culture and history where I can be secure and safe in my blackness. But so many of us want to be multicultural and diverse, where it leaves you out there fucking looking like a jackass. It leaves you out there. Good morning, Marcus Suter. It leaves you out there defenseless because you're not rooted in your blackness. We're not rooted in who we are. That's why we get our feelings hurt. Let me tell you something. The only black folks that get their feelings hurt by white folks is those who try to be around them. We're the only ones, because people like me, I like being black. I like being around black people. I like our African-centered scholars. I know they told the truth to me. But you got you Negroes with good jobs. Y'all think racism is gone because you got elevated to CEO or manager in your job? All of a sudden there's no more racism? Or white people has changed? This is weird. What Negro is still being offended by white people being themselves? It's not white people, it's you. This world is huge. This country is huge. Black people, we got 40 million. And what is it that we own that is something that produces things that we need? We still act like a bunch of bums and beggars. That's why we still get treated like shit. Our best and brightest are still clamoring for validation from the people we say that we're genetically superior than. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Strawberry Pit. We're still clamoring for validation from the very people that we say that we're genetically and intellectually superior to, based on history. So I don't understand. Why are we still trying to get up in the Georgetowns? Why are we still trying to get up in all these other law schools? We have Howard University, there's Texas Southern. Who else has a law school? Does FAMU have a law school? And you know what? There's others that can be open. I don't understand why we're still operating on such a low level. And we believe that we've evolved. We only count our evolution or measure our evolution by how many white friends we have, or how many Hispanic friends we have, or how many Asian friends we have, or how many, it's the weirdest shit. But we're supposed to be the superior one, intellectually and athletically and physically and all of this, but we act like a bunch of waiters at our own dinner table. That's the shit that keeps me tripping. When I hear us, we always trying to crowd in Southern law schools. I said Southern, right, Sandy? Yeah. We got all these, we have law schools, and we can have more. We have 40 million black folks, but I don't expect all 40 million to be on one accord. We can't get 10 million black folks that think the same way. That's a problem. Hispanics and Latinos are two separate groups of people. But when it comes down to politics, they merge because they know we both speak Spanish. So let's go ahead and get this money and let's get this policy. We can't even get 5 million. We can't get 500,000 blacks. But we can get 5 million blacks to watch these dumbass TV shows that keep indoctrinating the foolishness. P-Valley and all these Real Housewives shows and all these lust and hip-hop shows and scandal shows and dumbass shows that do not educate or elevate. Come on, somebody. We can get millions of us to do that. We can get millions of us to buy other people's products. But we can't get millions of us together to save our own lives, to produce for ourselves. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but that's what I do. So in other words, I say a lot to say, black kids, take your ass to Southern, FAMU, Howard. Go transfer where you can be judged by your own. Why are we still trying to live up to the standards of people we say that we're better than? I'm telling y'all keep going to church. Y'all keep believing in this Jesus Christ shit. That's why motherfuckers are so slow. I just offended a whole group of folks. I keep believing in this whole religious thing. That's why. Won't read anything. We even let white folks pay people to make movies about us. Y'all know all the truth is not going to be in there. All these so-called these black movies that's coming out that's funded by white Jewish entities. You think they're going to tell the truth about us? Y'all be careful about these damn movies, too. They about to put one out on Marcus Garvey, man. They ain't going to tell the truth. They're going to add some kind of foolishness in there. But anyway, the white lady's been fired. And I guess Georgetown going to go on. And other people and black folks continue to put value on Georgetown Law School or Harvard or Yale, whatever, put value on theirs when we got our own schools. Yeah. We don't even have enough. All these people that like to go into engineering and be Mario McDuffie said, I left that Jesus shit years ago. Me too, man. I left it at 12 years old. I left the black church at 12 years old. And I've never looked back. Coach Chice, what's up, brother? Good morning. I left it a long time ago, man. Whatever ups and downs I've had, not because, if you ain't got the Lord in your life, it don't matter. It's choices that we make. And if I had ups, I made the right choice. If I've had downs, I made those choices as well. So I don't get into the spookism of all the foolishness. Rico, what do you believe in? Because I've been asked that question. Well, when I look in the mirror, that's what I believe in. Rico, where you think you going? And then it goes into a question of, where you think you going to go when you die? Say, hell, I don't know, but when I die, if I come back, I'll tell you. Ain't nobody who died came back and told us nothing. But I know in 8th grade biology, it's impossible for there to be a hell, because in 8th grade geography, you learn that under the earth there is water. So fire and water can't coexist. I'm just saying. But it's okay. You can believe what you want to. I'm not just, jumping on anyone's beliefs. I'm just saying, I like to point out the things that's serving as a hindrance to our progress. The progress is not the lack of use of our arms and legs. It's up here. It's up here. We're going to get it together one day. I may not be here to see it. I mean, if there's another place where I can look down through the clouds and say, oh, shit, they finally got together. They finally got it together. I may not see it. Some of you have children and have grandchildren. You probably won't see it either. The grandchildren may not see it because black folks, we just refuse to unite for something that really helps us out, except to unite to purchase something. You know, and then I won't even get into all the different factions that's in our race. And some people ain't like when you talk about race. Let me share something with y'all real quick. Y'all got a minute? Y'all be careful about these conversations about race, especially when it's been had by people who don't look like me or you. And I'm just going to revert back to that whole Meghan Markle thing. And if you've been paying attention, see, I go back and look at videos and stuff. And I was checking out that Piers Morgan thing a little further, and with his little beef. When I looked at the exchange that he had with that, I guess he's a light-skinned mulatto guy in London, because he said it was on that morning show, Good Morning Britain, and the little light-skinned biracial guy, I don't know what it is. No, I guess he was saying that when I had my child, people asked me, they were concerned about the color of my child. And Morgan's like, well, yeah, that's, people ask that question, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, people will say, yeah, he read Morgan for fifth, whatever. Not really. Piers Morgan, you know, be careful about this. Because I've been enjoying the memes that's really making that whole Oprah interview with them look this small. Because it's trash. But a lot of black lesbians and black women who are, you know, in their heads bed wenches and lust after white or a white zaddy, they like, we need to protect Megan. Please. When did she ever identify as being black? So, and that's not my issue. I don't give a damn about that whole thing. But I'd be remiss if I didn't point out some things. Isn't it interesting how these non-blacks are talking about racism, how they've been affected by racism? Even that guy on that show with Piers Morgan wanted to allude that someone offended him and asked about the color. And I want to say this again. If you're interested in having black kids, you'll have sex with black people. The reason that you decide as a black person, man or woman, to have sex with a non-black because you have no interest in having black children. So, one thing about white people that I enjoy, I've always enjoyed since coming into consciousness as a young man in high school, probably before then. I've always appreciated white people being consistent in understanding what white is. See, the people who get offended by white people being white are those who are trying to infiltrate or smooze up to or snuggle up to white folks. Guess who doesn't have any problem with white folks? Me. I don't. Work with them, everything's cool. I don't get that I don't get that drama that people who trying to be cool white folks get. I don't. Have I run across some foolishness? Shit, I can't hardly remember. On the job here and there, maybe, I don't know. Because they're not on my radar. I don't have that energy for them. Because I know they are not a part of my survival. No, I know I live around everybody and I work, you know, and stuff, and I know I work for and stuff. If y'all can understand, there's actually black folks who like, and so I'll say it again. If you're a black man or black woman, and if you're interested in having black children, you'll have sex and reproduce a child with a black person. When you don't do it, and then your child get called out for being black, oh, that just hurts your feelings. It's not white people, it's you. It's you. And that guy on there with Piers Morgan, he thought he had done the damn thing. And white people, one thing about it, they know how to point out who is not white. If you cannot appreciate that and use that as a learning experience, there's something wrong with you. White people have never ever stopped being white. And I need us to stop trying to bully them into not being white. Leave these people alone. Leave them alone. If you're not trying to make any money with them, leave them alone. But no, y'all want to have sex with the white girls and all day long, and hope you get a top-notch white man, sister, to scoop you up, but you know that ain't hardly happening. You know, and that's cool. Because look, I told y'all in another live, I like going to mixed clubs. I like being around everybody. When it comes to partying, I'll be around anybody because I can't control society. You know, I can go to the Blues Palace. I can go to something that's called Palladium and party my ass off. I like all types of music. I'm a diverse brother. However, when it comes to my politics and the privacy of my own home, I'm a black dude. Do you understand? And almost like there's something difficult to be in the black community. Like they have a standard of blackness you have to be. And I don't fit that a lot of times. I don't go to nobody's church. I'm not part of it, affiliated in anybody's organizations. And I'm not into weave and tattoos. And my English isn't as broken. And then also with the uppity blacks. I don't like the condescension of uppity blacks. So I just don't fit anywhere. I'm a black dude. I'm a Nat Turner kind of black dude. You know, but I think when I read the history of who we are, we should be behaving better. Because I can kick it with anybody. My hood folks, my working folks, and my uppity. But I can only be with uppity just a little bit because the condescension for no reason will get on my nerves. I can kick it with anybody. My intellectual blacks. You know, those who believe they're intellectual. Oh, of course. Yeah. It's crazy. But we're going to get it together, I swear. So, we're going to get it together, I think. But, I don't know. I'm just making observations. And then here I am, I'm 52 and still making these same observations I made when I was 22, 25. Hell, when I was in high school at 17 years old, making the same observations. It's like, damn, we really haven't progressed. Though we think because we're driving better and dressing better, that's not progress. Because we still have black kids who are being miseducated in school systems. And black people are everywhere. So what good is it to have black faces at the table when you're just sitting there eating a plate just for one? Did y'all understand what I just said? We need to be, you know, these it's always the uppity blacks, you know, the blacks with the good jobs. We need to have someone at the table. Yeah, you know how many years we've had blacks at the table? And they've always gotten a little salsa for them. How come that never translates into helping out for the masses? It used to be like that in the 60s when it came to music, because people like Sam Cooke was helping out other folks, and Otis Redding was helping out other brothers. Of course, they took them out. And so stop talking about we need to get these people in office. So we got black congressmen, we got black state representatives, we got black school board, got black city council, and the black city is still a shithole. Because, see, it's not just having a black face in the place. You have to be black-minded. It's a difference. And I think we're the kind that so-called new black society, you don't want us up front. Like you didn't want us on campus during the 90s. But you couldn't stop us. Because we outnumbered a lot of the foolishness. But a lot of the black consciousness has kind of been drowned out, and people have kind of made them into memes and minimized and tried to make fun of them. You know, the so-called pro-wax and woke folks. No, oh yeah, it's gotten real ridiculous. And I understand some things. You know, see, wokeness has nothing to do with consciousness. The conscious community is here way before the woke. The so-called woke came about when Trump got elected. You understand? That those are the people that got y'all out tearing up shit and messing up your own community and get you buying into all this transgender, LGBT, elemental P stuff. That's your woke folks. And every time I look around, they want to claim something racial happened to them. Just speaking of which, let me tell y'all something how silly this shit is. And I'm about to get into my next topic because this young woman is about to take me there. The young lady who did that poem for Biden's inauguration, and says we're gonna strive as you got to go for seas to seas and the massive woman, her, Amanda something. Cute girl, pretty as a picture. Now she's claiming some form of racism had just happened to her at her apartment building. Yeah. People have always called people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton race hustlers. But we're not paying attention to who the new race hustlers are. You know what a race hustler is? One who stirs up an issue that's not really there, but they can benefit of because they're part of that community. But they only benefit for themselves. That's a race hustler. Like an ambulance chase. They go back, oh, gee, somebody got hurt. Let me go and chase the ambulance down and give him my card. Woo! That's what they refer to certain attorneys. We have race hustlers, but the race hustlers today are not Al and Jesse. The race hustler today is the black female, this new millennial black female. Every time I look around, somebody's discriminating against her. Every time I look around, somebody said something to her. But also, on the other hand, brags about being the two freest people in the country, the white man and the black female, but somehow she's victimized all the time. But y'all are not paying attention. The people who are being victimized, who are constantly victimized, are black boys and black men. See how everybody uses, yeah, I'm bringing it back. I know y'all get sick. Why you be talking about this? Because I can't help it. When you're anointed, come on somebody, to tell the truth, giving directions. See, I was given an assignment at 6 years old to tell the truth. For real. I was given an assignment. Good morning, Tiffany Sugar. Conrad, what's up, my man? See, these little millennial chicks are the one. Let me tell you something. Y'all think those three lesbians are Black Lives Matter or something tough? That extends out to these so-called black feminists. They're the new race hustlers. Because when I talk about black women, y'all know damn well I'm not talking about the masses. But there's a nice chunk who are representative of the masses. And if those of you who don't agree with them, y'all need to stand up and speak up against these women. So, but they're out here, they're doing it. And they're no better than the three lesbians who created Black Lives Matter, using the deaths, the murders of unarmed black men and black boys for their economic comeuppance. And they're yelling out racism, crying racism all day long. I was followed home. What's her name? Amanda, whatever her name is, the little black chick. Yeah. All of a sudden, she was profiled. How many times y'all seen a black female get shot up by the police? How many around here been lynched? We just had a black dude just yesterday. My brother talking about he was just found hung. Good morning, Venus. So, see, I'm paying attention. You can't blow smoke up my ass. And I know, ladies, close your ears because I'm about to say it again. The black female is the Pocahontas of our race. She's all now she's evolving into the Benedict Arnold. Because one thing about, let's go back to the book Daughters of the Trade. It was done out of desperation and survival that black women started volunteering, even though it's still under the vestige of slavery, have mulatto babies because they understood that mixed baby will go further than the African-looking baby. And so maybe they said, maybe he'll go on. And they still do that today. And so Lyndon Baines Johnson came and said, hey, here's the welfare program. Look, can't have the man in the house. So she knowingly or unknowingly agreed to a contract to help to remove the male protection out of the home. So here she is today, standing around with her degree, her money, her car, her home, but the only thing she got standing next to is a woman. And all these church-going folks. Yeah, I know y'all didn't see this coming a mile away. I don't go to church and I know this. Well, I read what the scholar said. You know, that wonderful scholar that I think I've seen one black dude mention her during Black Women's Month and International Women's Month, and I have a live on that too. Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, who discussed the actual target in our race is not the black female, it's the black male. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu talked about it all. He's an old man still trying to talk about it. When I brought up Cardi B, when I brought up what Joe Biden did to black males, it seems like it goes on deaf ears. And when we have this black manosphere in YouTube trying to encourage brothers, and I've often said this, you don't even know it, but a lot of times you're sleeping with the enemy. Because these laws have empowered women to actually be able to bully men. And men have been so punked out by the laws that empower the women that they acquiesce and give in to a lot of foolishness. Maybe it's probably a million reasons why I'm single, never got married, never had children. And I'll say this for anybody who's wondering. I've admitted often, damn, I missed out. I missed out on the 90s. When everybody else, those of us who went to D wonderful Grambling State University, when people were hooking up and they were having children together and they were finding their husbands and their wives, and a lot of them are still married today after 25 years. Your children are going to Grambling and stuff. See, I missed out on that. I said, God damn it, let me tell y'all something. I'll say at least 3 chances. I had 3 people that were supposed to have been, if not long-term Ms. Rico, not Mrs. Rico, 3 people. I looked back, I said, damn, that was at least 3. Everyone else is just girlfriends and but I think I had 3 shots 3 times. I was like, damn. Then I asked, well, what was I doing? I was out in the streets, being an activist and trying to know what I'm doing right now. Now I'm online doing it, but I was in Memphis and Grambling on campus, couldn't cultivate a decent relationship because I always defocused. Couldn't settle in my mind enough to cultivate and grow a legitimate relationship because my mind I was always, as they say, as drug dealers and dope boys would say, married to the streets, married to the movement, and that stuff is real. I couldn't concentrate. On that part. And so I messed around, I missed out, And so I'm like, damn. And so, of course, I look around and they're like, man, hell no. Because after the 90s, when neo-soul and poetry and all that stuff, and neo-soul and all the poetry stuff. And when black people liked each other and our sisters were still pretty, they were in shape and they didn't have all these weird-ass tattoos and stuff. Weave wasn't the hair of the day. They were still pretty. But shit, after 99, then when I graduated and went back home to my hometown in 96, I got back to the streets. I worked full-time jobs on radio, talk radio, on the news, doing stuff in the community, cussing out the preachers and the politician, still distracted. And drinking my ass out too. I think that has something to do with it too. Drinking a lot in the late 90s or the early 2000s. I mean, throwing them back. Hitting the clubs hard. So yeah, man. But, it is what it is. Who knows, I may get lucky after I hit the lottery and give me a cute little 24-year-old and call it a life over in Tahiti or somewhere. Marcus said, I ended up meeting my wife. Hold on a minute. See, I'll let you know. Let me read this damn thing. What did you say, bro? I ended up meeting my wife after graduation in Maryland. I wasn't committed to being seriously dating. HBCU grad also. Good for you. Yeah, so I guess it gives me a chance to really see how we have de-evolved. And that white male is still, and that white feminist lesbian is still in sisters' ears. And so I saw this story online. Have you ever heard of Goldman Sachs? David Solomon, who's I guess one of the chairmen of Goldman Sachs. Y'all never heard about them? I guess they're jewelry and stuff. They're a huge billion-dollar corporation. Well, he was talking. He's committed to about $10 billion to. Let me read this for y'all. To $10 billion investment into black women, into Yeah, make them to create more seats on the boards for black women, and to help to push what's called Black Womenomics. And this sister that was and I think she was a non-ADOS sister. Her last name was Adubu or something. She just sitting there grinning. I said, isn't it interesting? It does not. Kenneth Smith, good morning, brother. Isn't it interesting how these white corporations are investing all this money into black women? You think they invest all this money into Italian women or white women and all these other groups and just act as if the men aren't there? And then also, y'all know how this affirmative action works. You hire the woman. You kill two birds with one stone. You got a black and you got a female. But here's the part here. Because I hear women say, black men need to stick with their families and black men need to step up. But every chance a black woman gets, she ditches black men. I wonder how much of that money is going to go to, because he said, let me read it again. So they can, help to, help out with their families. Black women don't hardly have families. They just got children. 8% of black kids are born to single, never married black chicks. So what do you think that white man is actually empowering? He's not empowering the black family because the government doesn't empower black family. Black guys, I just need y'all to pay attention. Just pay attention, that's all. You're the target. You're the target. And even people outside of our communities is arming black females against you, against us. Of course, not the masses, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And then the weirdest thing is to hear black females talk about their advancement like they've done some on their own. What woman has done something on her own without some man of any race laying the foundation? That's always so funny to me. Well, I'm independent. I've gathered myself. No, you didn't. Taxpayer dollars helped your ass. When a man has something, he actually got it on his own. Because they don't offer taxpayer assistance to black men, to men, period. So when I hear women talk, I just shake my head. I said, wow, where's the generation of thinkers of young men today? Because I can't do all the goddamn thinking. And I'm 52 now, shit, in about 10 years or so, I'm ready to go hit my island and call this shit a day. While I'm still relative, I guess 62, I'll be healthy enough to still enjoy it. I'm just trying to hit the lottery or have a best-selling book. Within the next year or two, I'm out. Because I know what I'm saying is not going to get support from the masses of blacks. I have to tell jokes or I have to dunk a basketball or, do some degrading shit in order for black people to think I'm really cool. But speaking this way, I know this. Hell, I knew this when I was young. That this is not, because I read the history of black folks who were sent here by God to help black folks, and how black people didn't support them or even persecuted them. People believe that Dr. King was a messenger, as long as he was telling black folks to be friends and sit next to whites and be in places where white people didn't even want them. But then when he started talking about black self-determination and where's our check for reparations, the traditional Negroes backed up from him. His fraternity backed up from him. The fellow preachers backed away from him. Y'all see the games that even people in our own race play on us? Isn't it interesting that those who talk about cozying up to white folks get to live a prosperous life, get to be 80 years old and be given awards for some kind of heroic behavior? But those black men and women who talk about do for self, we are all that we need. Unless they built a business or something of their own, they kind of fall by the wayside because blacks look at them like, why y'all talking about that black stuff? Even the poets, a lot of the poets are eating because white people in the crowd. Blacks don't even like to hear black poets. I don't like to hear these poets today either because I think I've heard the best poems in the 90s. The best. These poems today, that's from this woke crowd. They're like, what are they tripping about? And then most of them are about sex anyway. Or they want to say some poem, talk about, we're all people, we're all together, and blah. The people did poems in the 90s were rhythmic. They were full of soul. They was coming from, coming from a historical context, because poets read books back then. These people Google paragraphs and all of a sudden they're doing a poem, or they see stuff that's put on CNN or MSNBC and ABC, NBC, CBS, and then they make a poem out of it. They're not the same poets. Because, anybody who came up with me in the 90s because I was in Memphis, a place called Precious Cargo. Man, Memphis had some of the top national poets there. Top national poets. I appreciated going to all the events where poems were spoken. It was so much fun. It was so educational. We're a community. They had some sexual stuff going on there, but right now, all they talking about, like, they just so political. Like, I ain't talking about shit. Blah, blah, blah. And watch out for the little poetry pimps, too, now, because back in the day, I used to know they used to hate on the rappers a lot. Talking about, all they try to do is, disrespect the sisters, man. They try to exploit the sisters, brother. Disrespect the sisters and exploit the sisters, brother. But y'all did the same thing. All your poems. Yeah, sister. When I look into your eyes, I feel the tenderness of your thighs, and I move my spirit up to your loins, and I feel the burning of your loins, and I secrete my love into your love, and then we make love, and we're together forever as we squeeze, and I squeeze into your orifices, and we love. Nigga, ain't number. You trying to get some coochie too. But they was, oh my God. Y'all talking about the rappers, y'all ain't know better. Y'all know better. They would know better. I'm trying to tell you. They would know better. So, y'all see him, y'all can see Father has lived a little. And of course, the women, I think I got a strawberry pit from my smoothie. And so, the women did the same thing. As I open up my skies and I feel you between my thighs, and your burning sensation goes through, and I feel you around the areola of my breast, and I yearn for you, you are my king, and I am your queen, and I scream for the lust of your love, and comes down to me from the, like this. Same thing. The same thing. Come on, somebody. But those were the good old days. But anyway, I'm telling y'all watch out for these fembots, these sisters around here using black men to get paid from the white man. They don't do no work. They just fuss. I'm discriminated against. How come black women? It's because she dark skinned. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. Because we all know the true threat to white supremacy is not the black female. It's the black boy. It's the black male. That's why you have all these shows, all these articles written, these programs, these documentary on the femination of black boys. They're pushing the femination. That's why this current administration is pushing trans and Dwayne Wade and his sons and son and all this foolishness is going on. You got all these people out here. This little Nas X bought some actual breasts. That stuff is by design. It's not by accident. Then you have all these people saying that little kids can make a decision about their sexuality at 5 and 4 and 6 years old. Get out of here. It's to destroy the black male. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, I'll say it again. If you want to destroy the black man, you must destroy him as a boy. And a lot of these women today don't understand that, because they would not have a child without a father. They don't. Hey, LaTonya Brown. If they understood that, they wouldn't have a child without a father. At least we know they don't give a damn. These women have no interest in having a father for their kids. They get paid more when they don't have a man. But one thing about it, men are only here, particularly black men, are just here for women's utility. Give me your semen, or flat out give me your money. Because either way, I can get paid off the money out your wallet, your bank account, or give me your semen. Because I can take it to the state like we used to do bottles back in the day and get it redeemed for money or free coupons for things like Section 8 and welfare checks and child support and all of that. That's where we are. And we're going to have to start talking like this and stop pretending that everything's all right in the black race, because it's not. It's not all right. Oh, yeah, Venus said Magic Johnson. Yeah, his son, CJ. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so we're going to have to pay attention to things. The books are still out there. No, Dr. Julia Hare wrote some books, Miseducation of the Black Family, the Black Child, Reeducation. Dr. Joy Leary wrote Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. Michelle Alexander, attorney's sister, I think she's biracial, but she wrote a good book called New Jim Crow. Who else is out there? Of course, you have Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She wrote the book called The ISIS Papers. It's a book you may have to read at least twice so you can get an understanding, or just look at these people's lectures. If we're interested in progressing, really progressing, Dr. Claude Anderson wrote books. Black History Reader, Powernomics, Black Labor, White Wealth. He's like 85, 86 years old, still trying to hold on and teach black folks. And the masses of us don't know who he is. But if you ask about Michelle Obama, of course you know. How many sisters know or would dare to engage in the conversation with Sister Shahrazad Ali? Go look at some of her old videos. But these feminist, man-hating broads, and they don't want to hear nothing hear anything from those black women I just named. Because I know this because isn't it interesting that black women like Cynthia McKinney, Dr. Joy Leary, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, when she was alive, Dr. Julia Hare, I don't know if she was invited. I don't even know if Michelle Alexander was invited to the Essence Festival. They have all these other women there, but they never have these particular women there. Y'all never paid attention to that? Pay attention. See, we're helping in keeping our own people deaf, blind, and dumb. Because there's a such thing as keepers of the gate. There's a such thing as black keepers of the gate, or at the gate, guards at the gate. Because it's in sections. And we have black folks who are willingly working as guards at the gates, meaning they're trying to keep the mass of black people from getting to the white supremacists or getting to the knowledge that will actually free us. Because freedom is not just physical. We're walking around physically free, but mentally we still fucked up. Because we will not read the books. It's nothing revolutionary. Just read the books. Or check out the lectures. That's all. And then Master P would have to come out as a rap mogul who went to UNLV and suggest buying an HBCU. That wouldn't be such a shocker to us because ownership will already be in our veins. Anyway, I've kept y'all too long. Until next time, I know I have a lot more stuff, but I'm not going to go any further. But thank you for those of you who chimed in. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to get up. I might do 1 push-up and probably 2 crunches. And for those Gremlinites who are coming to Dallas for the game, again, y'all enjoy. I'm for those like, yeah, here we go. No, I'm not going to that damn game. I'm not going to any bars or clubs because I'm going to be right here or my little part-time gig that I kick it at. But that's it. You haven't run into me at a Kroger, Walmart. That's cool too, but please have your mask on because I'm not playing those games. So don't call me or text me or send me an email. What you doing, bro? I got my ass at home. I'll see y'all in 2022 at Homecoming 2022. I'll see you at Spring Fest possibly. No, yeah, Homecoming 2022. I'm not fooling around with people because so far so good. And hell, even going to Walmart and Kroger, I'm kind of nervous. And I'm not going to debate whether it's real or not, but we know that people have been dying, allegedly from COVID-19, and so I'm not going to debate that. No, but I'll see everybody next year, 2022. You haven't seen me walking in the street, say, Rico, what's up? And I'll wave at you, but I'm going to keep it moving. We're not going to set up and have no damn conversation. Because I don't know where you been. If you all out in these damn games and going to stuff. If you went to that damn that game at Grambling, please don't get close to me. Because I don't know how many people were there. But it was people at the game. And if you went there, please just wave from afar. Or blow the horn. Or even you want to cuss me out, say fuck you from over there. I don't mind. As long as I don't want to be in contact with you. Because you might be a COVID carrier. Anyway. Y'all be cool. We'll talk in the future. Enjoy the weekend as well. Talk to you later. Peace.